Hi everyone, welcome back to Fresh Media. Kindly subscribe if you're new, and for the returning viewers and subscribers, I really appreciate you all. At this live, we are going to talk about the life and the final arrangements of singer guitarist Joe Ely. Joe Ely passed away a few days back, and we posted the video on our page announcing his death. And still, we posted a video of Joe Ely some time before his death. Now, today on this live, we are going to talk about his life and his funeral arrangements. So make sure if you're joining, subscribe to Fresh Media, turn on the notification bell, then also join our community to be able to watch exclusive videos on Flex Media. Don't forget also to share this live such that more people can come in. Remember, Joe Ely passed away some days back, and a statement was made by his family on his official pages. Now, somewhere 2 days back, his family shared this post about his funeral, and this post was made by Rivala Funeral Services. Now, in this statement, they said Joe Ely, and this statement was made on December 15th, 2025. Now, they said Joe Ely, a singer and songwriter from the vast flatness of West Texas, whose mastery of the southern varied musical traditions and parents to the open Lord and him the nickname Lord of the Highway, and made him a leading artist in the development of the modern American sound. Died on Monday at his home in Tyus, in him he was 78. His family announced the death in a statement. The cause was pneumonia. He had also been diagnosed with Lewy body dementia and Parkinson's disease. Mr. Ely, pronounced as Ely, came from a long tradition of Texas troubadours, influenced by country stars like Gene Autry, Bob Wills, and Ernest Tubb, and rock and roll dominants like Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Willis, and Buddy Holly. He was an early and adult proponent of what came to be known as American or early country, a low electric journey that merged in the mid-1970s in response to the sleek commercial so-called Nashville sound. He wrote songs about love and endless vistas, built along stories of everyday people leading everyday lives along American highways and byways. Alongside his contemporaries Jimmy Daly Gilmore, Butch Hancock, and Deborah Mackleton, Mr. Ely pioneered a style of journey of blending music, mixing rock, country, Tex-Mex, and blues, swayed with subgenres like western swing and honky-tonk, all of which confronted labels and DJs but drew a loyal following across the United States and Europe. Though he recorded several albums for MCA, he was happier and independent, releasing music through his own Lakem Records label. I think just about every record I have ever done with a record label, they didn't know what to do with it, Mr. Ely told Lone Star Music Magazine in 2011. But I have ever really done anything to praise a record company or to praise a public. In some ways, his sound was thrown back to before the 1960s, before record labels and radio executives elected walls dividing low, country, blues, and pop, and when artists would range across styles from song to song. Mr. Ely was one of those. If you know, musicians never a headliner but good enough and durable enough to attract a sizable following. He might open for Blues Springsteen at Madison Square Garden one night and then take the stage in a tiny music hall in the Jelly suburbs the next. He loved it, especially the hours spent driving from gig to gig on the open road, and above all the vast empty stretches of the highway out west. There's something about the vast emptiness that makes your imagination come alive, Mr. Ely told Los Angeles Times in 1992. Between Morshoe and Clovis, two small towns on either sides of the Texas-New Mexico border, there is a stretch so empty of scenery that's almost psychedelic but flat, nothing. He drew equal inspiration from the music scene in Lubbock, Texas, where he was raised. It was a surprising hotbed of talent for a city otherwise known for its vast collection of churches. Waylon Jennings and Buddy Holly both grew up around there, and Mr. Ely counted himself among the many musicians who considered Mr. Holly the true pioneer of American rock and roll. In 1972, Mr. Ely and two of his roommates, whom he had known since high school, Mr. Gilmore and Mr. Hancock, traveled to Nashville to record an album, all American music under the name Jimmy Daly and the Flatlanders. Their songs were so out of sync with the standard country fare that the label released the album as only an 8-track tape cassette, sold in a few track stops around Tennessee. The band soon split up, but a decade later a small label in Britain released the album on vinyl and cassette under the title One Road More, and it became a hit among fans of the emerging all-country sound. It was released in the United States in 1990 with the title More a Legend Than a Band. The Flatlanders got back together in the late 1990s to record a song for the soundtrack to the film The House Whisperer in 1998, directed by Robert Redford, though they maintained their own solo careers. The trio thereafter kept a regular recording and touring schedule, releasing 5 more studio albums over the next 2 decades. Mr. Ely's eclectic taste brought him into collaboration with musicians far afield from West Texas, including the German composer Eberhard Schoner, at a time when he was pioneering the Moog synthesizer. During a sound check for the 1978 show in London, Mr. Ely and his band were visited by 2 members of the British punk band The Crash, Joe Swimmer, and Mick Jones. The two were fans of American rockby music. Mr. Swimmer was particularly fond of Martin Robbins, and they had heard that Mr. Ely was its largest ambassador. After the show, after the show, Mr. Swimmer and Mr. Jones took the band on a tour of London's late night demi-monde, an eye-opening experience even for someone as well-traveled as Mr. Ely. It turned the favor when the Clash came through Texas on their first US tour in 1979. He took them around the book to sight to sites including Baby Horse Grave, where they all stoned on laughing gas and beer. They collaborated musically as well. Mr. Ely opened for The Clash at several shows, and he sang the Spanish backup vocals on their hit song Should I Stay or Should I Go in 1982. Mr. Ely and the sound engineer Eddie Garcia helped with the translation. The Clash broke up in 1986, but Mr. Ely and Mr. Swimmer maintained friends. They were planning to collaborate on an album, perhaps even recording in Mexico with the Mexican band. When Mr. Swimmer died of a heart attack in 2002 at 50, for better or worse, a common question in profiles and reviews about Mr. Ely was he never got as famous as his collaborators. It was not a question that bothered him. I never considered success as a real cause of anything. He told the Los Angeles Times in 1994, just last night backstage at his place in Davis. I guess some musicians had drawn a picture of him scared musician with big eyes looking at his signpost between fame and obscurity, and I thought, man, that have to do with music. Ely Haley Jr. was born on Feb 1947 in Amarillo, Texas, to Ali and Margaret or Morgan Ely. His father ran a used clothing store. His parents bought him a violin when he was 8 and his first guitar when he turned 11. He was never much for formal education. He drove a motorcycle down the halls on his first day of high school and later expelled for singing Joe Josiah's Cherry Pie during an assembly. It was just as well. By then, he was pretending his waking hours on music, playing local bars and dance halls alone or with a revolving group of bandmates. It wasn't long before he started to travel, inspired by Jack Kerouac and Woody Guthrie, and dope trains around Texas and then the Southwest, and then to California and New York, and finally to Europe. In London, he joined the touring Shakespearean troupe. Then he returned home to the former Flatlanders, but left again after they broke up in 1972. He took odd jobs. In 1974, he worked for the Ring Boss circus, mining air marsh and what was billed as the world's smallest horse. He left after a much larger horse kicked him in the chest, breaking ribs. Mr. Ely married Sharon Thompson in 1983. She survived him and thus their daughter, Maria Elena Ely, who was named for Buddy, Harry's widow, Maria Elena Horry. Though he continued to hold Lockbox in his heart, in the early 1980s, Mr. Ely settled in Austin, where he became a fixture of the city's vibrant music scene. For years, he helped organize New Year's Eve concerts featuring pig named Raffle that performed a swine dive just before midnight. It was Mr. Ely liked to say all part of the ride. I had I had teachers tell me I wouldn't make it to 21 when I was going to high school. So I bet the odds, he told Lone Star Music magazine in 2011. I have traveled millions of miles, zigzagging and zigzagging in every kind of vehicle known to man, trying to get from one place to another to create some more music. So this was just a simple life of Joe Ely that he went through with his music and his career. He passed away a few days back from pneumonia, and this was a full statement that was shared by his family on his Facebook. Asterisks the names of Joe Ely. You can check on it. Now we are going to end this live, but don't forget to subscribe to Flex Media. Also, give our videos super thanks and also super chats to this live to support this channel. So rest in peace, Joe Ely. May your legacy live forever.